Hello everyone, Andrew Bermudez with Digsy AI, the sales productivity platform that helps you sell more and work less, no joke. Check out the link in the description. Today we're going to talk about email cold calling and what works and what's effective, but specifically I want to talk about email. So did you know that 78% of decision makers actually book an appointment based on emails or cold calls that come from salespeople? That's a lot. That's like almost 80%. So we know it works. And the source for that is discovered.org. Now, an interesting thing about this is that if you look at the email marketing stats, email marketing yields double the ROI than cold calling, networking, trade shows. Here's your source right here, Marketing Sherpa. Now, you can look that up, but what that means is, hey, if I'm in sales, I'm not in marketing, but really you are in marketing, because anytime that you're emailing a prospect, sending a cold email, anything like that, anytime that you're trying to rattle the leaves and try to create a lead, you're marketing. Yeah, it's called sales. Sales and marketing are very tied together. But you know that email works, and that's what worked more than anything else, where most people spend their time and resources networking, cold calling, and trade shows. Trade shows are expensive, and networking usually doesn't yield you a lot. But it still works, so you should do some of it. And cold calling obviously works because a good portion of people are actually booking meetings via that way, especially decision makers. But what makes email marketing work is actually the science behind it. So there's actually two interesting things that I'm going to go into here, and that's personalization. So if you just send a broadcast email, usually what you see is you don't see that much effectiveness. Why? Because when the email is relevant to the recipient, if I'm a manufacturing company and you talk to me in manufacturing lingo or things that are going around my business, and you're addressing me by first name, you're personalizing the subject line and things like that, I'm more likely to open and engage with you. And what data shows from Jupiter Research is that it's 18 times greater if you have the emails be relevant than if you just send a mass broadcast email. And tied into that is actual personalization. So if you personalize the email and you include the name of the recipient in the subject line, I do this all the time. Nick, who's recording, you know I do that all the time, right, to get the attention. I do it into my internal team, and it's worked wonders for me. So it's great to see data that supports that I'm just not smoking crack. But it works for me. I'm sure it'll work for you as well. But personalization, especially in the subject line, and you should also do the body, increases open rate significantly. So it performs better than not doing it. So, and that comes from retention science. So really, there's two schools of thought on that. Yeah, email's a great medium. You still gotta pick up the phone. If you send an email, you gotta differentiate yourself against pack. I mean, there's so many sales reps out there sending emails. That's great because, hey, the numbers are supporting it. But the sales reps who wins are the ones who kind of employ different tactics. Like, for example, I might send an email, or even before I send that personalized email, I go into my LinkedIn network and find out on LinkedIn that a friend or past client of mine knows this person, and they can actually refer me in. Now I can use different data like, hey, the likelihood that I'm going to close a sale with somebody who has been referred to me is 4 times greater than if not. So you can use that. There's different things as well. Like, for example, I can do different things like pick up the phone. For example, in some industries, picking up the phone and talking to people in addition to email is great. So you call, if you get voicemail, you leave a voicemail, and then you send an email with a subject line, either with a name on it or something that will also ignite them to look at it, and then have them respond. So I actually have a neat little trick that I use all the time. In fact, I just used it earlier this week, and I got a big corporate publicly traded company to book a meeting with me. So it's really, really cool. So the link to that will be below. But what we're talking about is, look, here's the science and the numbers behind it. Really work it to your advantage. Use this, but also complement it by packing different things like, hey, I'm going to combine this with getting referrals into the decision maker. I'm also going to be going into the social networks and going and interacting with them and developing some rapport with this prospect on the LinkedIn groups and things like that. So yeah, use it to your advantage. Make sure the emails are relevant. Personalize those emails. Some of them can be hard at scale, but if you're just blasting hundreds of prospects, it becomes hard. But the accounts that are really going to change your life are those big accounts you're going to spend time and energy and care into. And if it's going to change your life, you should take some time to invest in there. And also remember that email has a higher ROI than cold calling and everything else. And I would actually say that cold calling still needs to be combined. And I'm talking about the phone. in your industry may work differently. But I would definitely look at that. And look, if 80%, close to 80% of sales, 78%, are being done by email, cold emails, or cold calls, there's got to be something there. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to click the like button because that helps out a lot. Please leave a comment. I haven't heard from you guys in a long while, so leave a comment. Let me know what else, if you have any questions about this. If there's different topics that you'd like me to discuss in these videos, happy to do it. But please leave a comment and make sure to subscribe. We pump out several pieces of content to help your sales productivity on a weekly basis, and would love to be able to keep in touch with you via email as well. There's a link for a newsletter, and we also publish curated content that will help you out. Thank you so much. Andrew with Digsy AI, and until next time.